Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? So, I want to talk about a topic here. And as you see, I have a testimony video that's coming up pretty soon, tomorrow. So, you guys could come and listen to that as I give you my testimony of how I came into the truth. And this is one of the pieces of how I came into the truth. Okay. you know. And I want to tell everybody right now from the start, I did not, just wake up one day and say, oh, the earth is flat and just watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Okay. I did massive amounts of research, basically trying to at first disprove it. But, you know, in my course of trying to disprove, the earth being flat, okay, I ended up running into some Bible verses that, came into question here, dealing with first, the original creation, right? Dealing with how God actually created, the earth in the beginning. So, going to be going into some stuff, some biblical evidence, and also some basic common sense, things dealing with the whole situation of the flat earth. And yeah, so let's jump right in to this here. Let's screen share this. Okay. So we have here the book of Genesis. I've also talked about Genesis chapter 1. All right, dealing with how the Most High created the earth, right? So, one of these, things here, came into question. This is where basic common sense comes into question when dealing with this topic here, okay? Because if indeed what we've been told in the classroom is indeed true, then it should stand up to one thing that, it should reign supreme true over all. But let's look into this. Okay, so in Genesis 6 here, said, and it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God, the angels, are, saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and took them wives, all which they chose. Okay, the reason why I'm reading this part is because I'm going to be going into this. And you get the same account here, but you get the names of the said angels that did what they did here in this Genesis 6 account. You get them by name. You get what they taught men and women on the earth, but also in this book here, in the book of Enoch, you also get an account of what the Most High showed Enoch in dreams and visions, just like he did with the prophets. But Enoch came before Elijah. He came before, Matthew, John, Luke, all those guys. He came before all of them. This here is the seventh of Adam. Okay. Enoch, seventh of Adam, or I believe it's the eighth or something like that. I believe it's the eighth. Either or, I really do believe it's the seventh of Adam, though. But, the seventh son, or, basically, descendant of Adam. right? The righteous scribe, he was called. The one who walked with God, right? The one who was and was not, for God took him. He just vanished. He was taken without seeing death, basically. Okay. This guy here, he's not dead yet. So, getting into this whole account here, in this Genesis 6 account, and it says here, and the Lord said, "My spirit shall not always strive with man, for he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years." So man was deemed 120 years of life. Okay, at that time, there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, and they bare children. We know that they made it with the women. Okay, you get that same account in Genesis, in Enoch. Okay, so it says here, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown. Okay, so we get this account of the flood here. And God saw the wickedness of man, that it was great. It saw that the wickedness of men was great in the earth, and that the imagination of his thoughts, of the thoughts of his heart, was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. And the Lord said, "I will destroy man whom I've created off the face of the earth, both man and beast and creeping thing and fowls of the air, for it repented me that I made him." This let's talk about how Noah found grace in the eyes of the Lord. Okay, and then it talks about he was, these are the generations of Noah. He was a just man, perfect in his generations, and Noah walked with God. This is why he was spared the flood. Okay, this is why he was commanded to build an ark and basically escape the flood. Okay, and you get this also in the book of Enoch. Okay, so dealing with this whole thing about the flood, how God flooded the whole earth. Okay, you have to wonder, how is it that he flooded the whole earth? Okay, because in every ancient culture here, let's see here. Let's get this one. The Greek, right? Let's get this over here real quick so you guys could see what I'm talking about. Okay, the Greek here, the Navajo here, the Babylonians. We know Babylon, or the Babylonians, were in the Bible. Okay, Mesa, right? Japanese, Persian, the Vikings, the Indians, the Mayans, right? The Inca, the Hebrews, Australian, right? Celtic, Chinese, African, Sumerian, right? All these ancient cultures, Egyptian, Rome, Islam, and Masonic. The secret societies also believe the earth is flat. But for some odd reason here, stuck in the middle, like the elephant in the room, all these ancient cultures surrounded by this one lie here. from never a straight answer, or not a space agency. Okay, that's what NASA really stands for, if you really want to know which one. Okay, we know NASA. For those that did the research on NASA, you know that NASA was formed by the Nazis. Okay, and that's known fact. Okay, this isn't just mere speculation. So, getting into this whole thing here, right? Dealing with common sense, and again, how these people, as you see down here, they got flat earth for this whole thing here. And this was dealing with, the Zika virus in America. Okay. Now I know many probably seen this already, dealing with many people that's talking about this subject here.
World Cup happened, and then all of a sudden, people from Brazil went all over the world and transmitted Zika.
So if in fact somebody comes here and has the Zika virus and a mosquito bites them, then that mosquito gets spread anywhere.
Exactly. One can lead to thousands.
What about the Summer Games, the Olympic Games, and the possibility there? You have people from all around the world going to a place where they could contact Zika and then returning, spreading back out around the world.
So they're talking about Zika virus here. Listen to what's said. I didn't have it at the right spot.
Shirts, cover things up, wear socks.
Why are you so sure they're coming here?
Well, because mosquitoes, these kind of mosquitoes are here in the United States. And we now know that these mosquitoes can get Zika virus very easily from biting somebody. And the world is flat, right? The World Cup.
Again, it makes one wonder here when you listen carefully at the mind games being played here, okay? How they slip the truth out and then they just carry on. Nothing to see here. Again, let's hear from the top, okay? And as I stated before, I didn't just wake up one day and say, oh, the earth is flat. No, that didn't happen. It's stuff like this that you hear, and then you go back and you're like, hey, wait a minute. Did he just say what I think he said? Let's hear it again.
Sure, they're coming here.
Well, because mosquitoes, these kind of mosquitoes are here in the United States. And we now know that these mosquitoes can get Zika virus very easily from biting somebody. And the world is flat, right? The World Cup happened. And then all of a sudden, people.
The world is flat and the World Cup happened. Like, come on. This is them. Hey, the world is flat. But then the World Cup happened. Yeah. Okay. And then you get into further stuff like stuff like this, right? Then I started doing stuff like this, right? I started looking up definition of horizon. And it states here, clearly seen for everybody to understand. We learn this stuff in grade school, people. This is in geography and science. Horizon, the definition of it. The line, that's your key there. When you draw a straight line, does a straight line have a curve in it? Or is it a straight line? Okay, it says here, the line at which the Earth's surface and sky appears to meet. Skyline, range of view, range of vision, field of view, vista, view, right? Then you go further down here, right? You just do a little bit more. Oh, like, hey, then they give you little pictures here showing you an example of a horizon. You don't see no curve here. Okay. Then you go down here. Other definitions. Astronomy, right? It says here, a great circle of the celestial sphere. The plane. Okay, what is the definition of a plane, people? We learned this stuff in grade school. Plane definition, guys. The definition of a plane is a flat surface on which a straight line joining any 2 points on it would wholly lie. Okay? So they tell us it's a plane. They say it right here in our definition here. The plane which passes through the center of the earth and is parallel. Oh, well, there's another word that hints at flat earth. Hey, a parallel line, right? Parallel to the apparent horizon of a place. Geology. A layer is a layer of rock bent into a curve, guys. I'm just asking here, right? A solid layer of rock or a set of strata with particular characteristics. Archaeology, a level. There's another word. What does it mean when something's level? A level of an evacuated site represented part. Okay. Okay, so look at this on the horizon, horizons, right? The meaning of horizon. What does the horizon mean? When you look out your window and note the farthest point you can see, the line where the sky meets the earth, what edge is called the horizon? Horizon can also mean the edge of something in a figurative sense. Teenagers have heard time imagining beyond the horizons of young adulthood. So again, look, it's very clear here to understand. Now look at this. I started asking questions. Like all these people are asking questions here. Why can't we see the curvature of the earth? Okay, look at this. Let's see some of the answers they give here in this whole little thing. Let's see if they give us any real answers here. Once my whatever this loads, hopefully let me see. Hopefully my internet connection is working properly. And it's oh my goodness. It's so tough working with this. Just to make sure I'm not lagging out or nothing like that, because I see my internet connection is kind of iffy right now. But yeah, we're going to get into the book of Enoch in a minute, as soon as this. Let me just, okay, here we go. So we're back. Okay, so let's look at these questions here. It says, why can't we see the curvature of the earth over many miles, but things appear over the horizon after only a few miles? Due to the curvature? Question mark. It says, how does the grammar checker work? What? From time to time, we hear from curious users who want to know more about, okay, what is this? All right, so I don't know what answer that was, okay? I don't want to sign into you guys' stuff. Sorry. It says here, they saying standing on ground level on a completely flat plane, let's say a desert, salt flat, and that's very interesting because I'm going to show you guys said places here. On a small boat floating in the ocean. All points on the horizon are equidistant and will lie on a flat line relative to your line of sight. The earth is curved, but it is also very big for all intents and purposes. What you're actually seeing is a flat-ish disc. Last time I checked, a disc is pretty flat, which is part of a much, much bigger sphere. Okay, well, let's test that claim here. Let's just take a look at a globe once again. Okay, let's just take a look at a globe. You mean to tell me for ages we've seen it here, but for some odd reason, We just can't see it. I mean, common sense says, you know, it should be what it is, right? We see this all the time. We've seen it our entire life. I know I have. I know when I went to grade school, this was the first thing that was presented in my face to learn, okay? Just like you see here in this image here with this little girl. Where is she at? Hugging the globe, right? The target, right? Is the target, right? The children. Because when you plant these enormous thoughts in the minds of little children, well, guess what? They grow up, they believe it. But at some point, just like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and all the other lies that we've inherited, right? A plane, airplane. Remember, this all deals with mathematics, right? Sorry. Let me blow this up for you guys so you can see it a little bit better. This deals with mathematics, transportation, physics, tools, carpentry, and plant, right? And it says here, a flat surface. But it's a conspiracy theory. Now let's look here in NASA's own documents, right, from 1988, right? The people that's pushing this whole lie, right, perpetrating this, because they supposedly landed on the moon, right? We know that the moon is a light, okay? It's a light. That's what it is. That's what the Most High said it is. He said he put two great lights, the lesser light to rule the day, the greater light to rule the night. Okay, he made the stars also. So when we understand that, you know, it really becomes apparent here that, hey, something ain't right, right? So we're here in NASA's reference publication 1207, August 1988, derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model. Okay, linear. What is the definition of linear? This is also used in art, mathematics, and physics. And again, let's get the definitions here. A range or extending along a straight or nearly straight line. Linear. I find it very funny. You know, by said people of said influence here. Let's look inside here and in the very beginning here. Okay, this is the summary of their document. Okay, let's blow this up. Okay, a little bit. Just enough for you guys to see what I'm reading here. This is the summary. This report documents the derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model. I remember I heard somebody say that this was a simulation. Well, when I read this document, it doesn't say anything that's about a simulation. It says that they were observing, as you see here, they were observing what was going on with them flying these linear aircraft models. So it says here, this report documents the derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model for a rigged aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. But wait a minute, NASA says that, let's get this. So, how fast is the Earth rotating. Very simple. On its axis, right? Roughly 1,000 miles per hour. Earth rotates every 23 hours, 56 minutes, and 4 seconds, right? Called the sidereal period, and its circumference is roughly 40,075 kilometers. Thus, the surface of the Earth at the equator moves at a speed of 460 meters per second, or roughly 1,000 miles per hour. This is from scientificamerica.com, right? Scientific America, right here. Let's see how fast is the Earth rotating here every 24 hours. Okay, so 1,000 miles per hour. Well, let's see. Where's our daily hurricane force winds? Where is, the motion? Where's the movement? What are we supposed to be feeling at 1,000 miles per hour? Because I feel perfectly still, and when we get into earthquakes, that doesn't prove the earth is rotating. That proves that the judgments of God is real, because he says, the earth shook and quaked because he was angry. Okay, that's why. So again, but NASA in their document says they're testing a model that flies of a mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. So which is it? Which is it? Is it really a flat, non-rotating Earth, or is it a spinning ball Earth? Because it also goes on to say here, the derivation makes no assumptions of reference trajectory or vehicle symmetry. The linear system equations are derived and evaluated along a general trajectory and include both aircraft dynamics and observation variables. So to use observation variables, you obviously have to be observing something. You have to be watching what is going on. So it goes into the introduction, and it says the need for linear models of aircraft for the analysis of vehicle dynamics and control law design is well known. These models are widely used not only for computer applications, but also for quick approximations and desk calculations. Areas of use of these uses of model are well understood and well documented. Their derivation is not. The lack of documentation and occasionally understanding the derivation of linear model is a hindrance to communication, training, and application. So to understand how airplanes fly over the flat planet, what do you think they're using? Radar and satellites and all this stuff, right? So this is how they're documenting these models now, right? Let's just do this here. Just show you guys something that was talked about, and I checked it out for myself. Okay. This here is Flight Radar 24, live flight tracker, real-time flight map. Let's go here. Let's check out a little air traffic, shall we? Find this very interesting here. Remove. Oh, can't remove ads. I need premium account. Okay, so whenever this loads, we can get into this. Hopefully, okay, it should load. Hopefully it does. Hopefully my connection is strong enough for this thing to load. So just in case you guys got any Wi-Fi at home and you want to go and check something out, go to Flight Radar, as you see here, Flight Radar 24 in your Google, and you're going to bring up all the air traffic, real time, live air traffic, right? It's going to show you the maps and all this stuff, right? And it's going to show you air traffic. And one thing you're going to notice is that, well, once this loads up, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about here. So 1 hour ago, pilot draws syringe in a day. Okay, so this is telling us about all this stuff. Paris, Libreville returning to Paris with a technical issue 1 hour ago. Okay, this is flightradar.com. I mean, Flight Radar 24. So it's loading. Sorry about the slowness of this connection here. I'm running off my mobile hotspot just to avoid paying a high bill just to use internet service and all. Because I really don't have any money like that. It's CVS out there shutting everything down. So if you guys want to go and look at something and you got a better connection than I got, just shoot on over here to Flight Radar 24. Hey, you could track, live air traffic here. As you see, these little dots here are airplanes. Okay, I'm just zoom out so we can see here what's going on in the skies. Now, say for instance here, right? These are airports. Sorry, it's probably still loading up all the air traffic here. So just give it a minute and give me a minute while this is loading here. I'm going to put myself on mute. I'm drinking some water and I'm about to go use the restroom. Sorry, guys, but take a quick break here. All right, I'm back. Okay, let's see here. Give me a second, guys. I gotta check something out real quick on my other tab here. But as you guys see here, all these planes, right? This in here. Let's see here. Cannon County. Show proof that a sunset disproves. Show me that. Show me the proof of your evidence here. Okay? Show me the proof. I'm doing right here. What? Okay. Show me the proof. Okay. If you say County, where it's comment. Okay, let's show it here. Cannon Valley. If sun says disprove flat earth, sorry. If sun says disprove flat earth, show me proof. That's what I want to see. Okay. Till you show that, I don't want to hear anything. And so, if the earth is a conspiracy, then why is it such a conspiracy to cover it up? Right? As that. Right. And if you have no proof in you, you have to delete people's comments like this. No, you have, fortunately, the reason why I have Ranch on here is for a simple fact. People come on, uh, troll. Every time you guys see something build a flat earth, and you make well, I want you to show me proof. Okay? I want you to show proof. Okay? I want you to show me that Tyson said, or that NASA said, or any of these space agencies. I want you to go out, do your own proof, do your own research, do your own studies, okay? Not just parrot what somebody else told you. All right. So I'm still cutting out, guys. Or am I all right now? But anyway, people come and they make these ridiculous claims. and respectful. And don't come in with ridiculous claims and you can't even prove what you say. Okay? And as a matter of fact, I would like to go and view your channel, buddy, and see what you're talking about. Because every time when I got somebody on here coming in here talking about, the flat earth is a conspiracy theory, or, you have no truth, right? These are the same people that's playing video games, probably sitting in their basement like a little child doing nothing. Okay. So again, this is called biblical flat earth. If you're an atheist and you don't believe in the Bible, well, that's on you. Okay. I believe what my Bible says, and I'm showing you proof. Okay. Now, back to what I'm doing here. In here, you see, this is flightradar.com. You see all these airplanes flying around the so-called globe. Okay. Just as stated here, these are all airplanes, mainly grounded, because as you know, due to the CVS, we can't go anywhere. So all our airplanes are grounded for now. Okay. Usually, we'll have air traffic going everywhere. Oh, here you go. There you go. All those planes. Look at that. Okay. One thing you'll notice here. One thing you'll absolutely notice. And we could sit here all night for hours watching this thing. Okay. You tell me if you'll see anything flying over the South Atlantic Ocean, if indeed the earth is a ball. Because you see, from this point down here to this point over here, you should be able to fly straight across there, right? I mean, it would save time and all that stuff. But what you'll see is all these planes going up north, okay? Up this way, okay? Look at this. You see all these planes not going this way. No, they ain't going that way. They'll go up this way and then come back down. Let's just sit here and watch this thing, right? Because this is Flight Radar 24. This is live air traffic. This is what's going on in your skies right now. If this is such a big hoax, right? Such a big conspiracy theory. Let me just do something for you conspiracy theorists out there that parrot this word. Let's do a little research here. Freedom of Information Act. .cia.gov. Central of Intelligence Agency. You see, this is where I go to get my info. Because, see, they put it right there for you to understand. But, see, I don't see a lot of people going here. No, don't go here. God forbid we question our government God. Okay. So this is all what they supposedly label conspiracy theories, right? This is all your conspiracy theories. Oh, JFK's not dead, guys. No, conspiracy theory. He wasn't assassinated. No, that's a conspiracy. See, it's right here. JFK's assassination, ? The dissenters sound off. Yeah. Okay. Just because we see things that don't add up, right? The term conspiracy theory was created by the CIA, right? Let's go back, find that, right? CIA Kennedy assassination conspiracy theory, right? Conspiracy, right here. This is a PDF, ResearchGate, right? Once again, you want to talk conspiracy theories? Well, let's shatter that right now. This is the abstract here, and this is a PDF file. This is called, this is called the conspiracy theory meme as a tool of cultural hegemony. Right? I don't want to download the PDF. I'm sorry. I just want to read this. Those challenging the official accounts of significant events are often labeled conspiracy theorists. The alternative explanations they propose are often referred to as conspiracy theories. Oh, God forbid we question our government. God forbid we do that. God forbid when we see things don't add up now, we can't say anything. Why? Because our government is all-knowing, all-powerful, and all-sovereign, like our Lord and Savior who died on that, died that cruel death for us, right? His words don't matter when it comes to how his Father created the earth. It wouldn't be put in the Bible for a reason. Let's give you an example here. Job 38. Let's give you a clear example of this. Excuse me, let me take a drink of water. Okay. Now, back here in the Bible, Job 38. Find this very, very interesting for those that say conspiracy theory. And then after this, we went into this here. After this, we'll get into, we'll get into this, right? Why are they saying the earth's flat? 10 places that are flatter than the pancake. Huh? Why are they saying this is Red Bull, by the way? Red Bull. Look at this, the Great Plains. We're going to research all that. But look, this is what the Bible says dealing with the earth. Then the Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, who is this that darkeneth my counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Remember, we all have to answer to the same Creator. We all have to answer to the same almighty, powerful, sovereign God at judgment. Look at this question here. For you people that say the flat earth is a conspiracy, read this verse here. I want you guys to read this. For you globe earthers out there. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. Okay. Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? Oh, well, there's that word line again. Just like the horizon is the line where the earth's surface and the sky appears to meet. Oh, there you have it. Let's get into a little bit more description here. Upon where are the foundations thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstone? Oh, I guess the ball earth has a corner to it now. Oh, well, hey, I guess I don't know what I'm reading in my Bible here. When the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy, or who shut up the sea doors with doors when it breaketh forth as it issued out of the womb? When I made the cloud a garment thereof, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it, and break up for it my decree place, and set bars and doors. Okay. When dealing with these bars and doors here, that is spoken of in Job, it is also spoken of in the book of Enoch. And let's just dive in a little bit to the book of Enoch. Let's go to page 87 here of this text. And it's talking about the storehouses. These are storehouses that he's asking Job, declare to me if you have understanding of how I created the earth, right? Because we all do agree in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Okay, it's what the Bible says. And I find it very funny that science has no mention of God in it. Why is that? Is there some reason for that? Is there some reason why they have this? Is there a reason why they have an official church of Scientology? Huh? Is there a reason why they're making science a religion to destroy the one true religion? Is it a coincidence for you globe earthers out there? I'm just saying. But here, as we read in the book of Enoch, it talks about these storehouses, right? Talks about these storehouses. And it came to pass after this that while he was living, his name was lifted from those who dwelled upon the dry ground to the presence of that Son of Man and to the presence of the Lord of spirits. Okay, this is when Enoch is taken. For he was, but was not, for God took him. He was the only man taken off the face of this earth not to see death. And he was brought personally to his Son and to the Father in spirit. Okay, after his ascension, okay, or wherever he went, wherever God took him, we don't know. We just know he was taken to these places that are described here. Okay. And it says, and he was lifted on the chariots of the Spirit, and his name vanished from among men. Okay. Just like Elijah went into that chariot of fire. Okay. Enoch also was lifted up in a chariot. Okay. When you understand why they took the book of Enoch out the Bible, is to hide specific truths dealing with the floods and the angels and the Nephilim and the giants that were on the earth, as Genesis 6 gives you, but you don't get the complete story of what happened until you touch this book here. Okay, and it says here, and from that day I was not counted among them, and he placed me between two winds, between the wind, between the north and the west, where the angels took the cords to measure for me the place for the chosen and the righteous. This is the same thing that he's doing, that they're doing. And what is that? And I forget where it is. Let me just look this up. I think it's Revelation 12 or something, I believe. No, it's Revelation 11, I believe. Let's see. Oops. Okay, I was right. It's in Revelations 11. Okay. So it says here, this is the I'm just showing you all the biblical references here that it belongs in the Bible. And if you really want to understand the Bible, you got to grab these books that they took out. And I'm going to show you a warning about the taking out and adding to the scripture that we were given. So, you know, there is a judgment for that. But it says here in Revelations 11, 1 through 4, this is the same thing that Enoch is talking about. It says here, let's go back to Enoch. It says here, and from that day I was not counted among them, and he placed me between two winds, between the north and the west, where the angels took the cords to measure for me the place for the chosen, and for the righteous. Okay. Revelations 11. And there was given me a reed like a two-edged rod. And the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of God and the altar and them that worship therein, but the court which is without the temple leave out, and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months. And I will give power unto my two witnesses, and they shall prophesy. Okay, so we understand that one, right? Getting off here, back to the book here. So it says here that he was taken between the north and the west, right? Where the angels were, went to go measure. And there I saw the first fathers and the righteous whom from the beginning of the world dwelt in that place. And it came to pass after this that my spirit was carried off, and it went up into heaven. His spirit, right, was carried off. I saw the sons of the holy angels treading upon flames of fire. Their garments were white, and their clothing and the light of their face was like snow. And I saw two rivers of fire, and the light of that fire shone like I don't know how to pronounce that. And I fell upon my face in front of the Lord of spirits. This is the Father here. And the angel Michael, one of the archangels, took hold of me by my right hand and raised me and led me out of those secrets of mercy and the secrets of righteousness. And he showed me all the secrets of the ends of heaven. Okay, the ends. Okay, and all the storehouses of the stars and the lights, from where they come out from below the holy ones. And the Spirit carried Enoch off to the highest heaven. And I saw there in the middle of that light something built like crystal stones, and in the middle of those stones, tongues of living fire. And my spirit saw a circle of fire which surrounded that house, and from its four sides came rivers full of living fire, and they surrounded that that house, and round about were the seraphim and cherubim and the Ophanim. These are they that who do not sleep, but keep watch over the throne of his glory. And I saw angels that could not be counted, and thousands and 10,000s times 10,000s surround that house. Now we know the multitude of angels that is going to come back, his army of angels that's going to come back and execute judgment on the earth. Okay. And Michael and Raphael and Gabriel and Phanuel and the holy angels who are in the heavens above went in and out of that house. And Michael and Raphael and Gabriel and Phanuel and many holy angels without number came out from that house. And with them, the head of days, that's the Father, his head white and pure like wool, and his garments indescribable. Okay, so his hair is like wool. Okay. And I fell upon my face, and my whole body melted, and my spirit was transformed. And I cried out aloud, I cried out in a loud voice in the spirit of power, and I blessed and praised and exalted. These blessings which came out of my mouth were pleasing before that head of days. So the head of days is different from the Son of Man. Okay. It's clearly stated here. Okay. So this is getting into all this. So it gets into, here you have it, where I'm talking about. And he said to me, he proclaims peace. Oh, wait, sorry. And the head of days came with Michael and Gabriel and Phanuel and Raphael and thousands and 10,000s of angels without number. And that angel came to me and greeted me with his voice and said to me, you are the Son of Man who was born to righteousness, and righteousness remains over you, and the righteousness of the head of days will not leave you. And he said unto me, he proclaims peace to you in the name of the world which is to come. For from there peace has come out of the creation of the world, and so you will have it forever and ever and forever and ever, right? And all will walk according to your way, insomuch as righteousness will never leave you. I will with you will be their dwelling, and with their lot, and they will not be separate from you forever and ever, right? And it says here, so there will be a length of days with that Son of Man. We know the Son of Man is his Son that sent into the world to die for our sins. And the righteousness will have peace, and the righteous shall have an upright way in the name of the Lord of spirits forever and ever. Okay. So the Lord of spirits is the head of days. We know that's the Father. The Son of Man is clearly two totally different beings. Okay. So again, there's no Trinity, and the Son is not Father. So this is going to storehouses. Okay. And the power of the light of the moon, right? We see that, the moon has its own light. The divisions according to the stars, according to their names. Okay. We know what I showed you on Sky Map and stuff like that, right? So this gives you a complete breakdown here. I'm not going to read all this because it's a complete 20 or 30 minute read here. Okay, so this goes into the revolutions of the lights, dealing with the sun, the moon, and the stars here, and the divisions of years into months and the phases of the moon are explained here. Okay. So the watchers have divided day into 18 hours rather than our 24-hour system. So it talks about all this, right? talks about how there are really 364 days in a year versus the 365 that we're taught, because time, Constantine and all of them added time, took time away and stuff like that, changed the calendar over and over. All right, let me just pop into the chat here and see what's going on in the chat. Misty morning. Well, those lights in the sky are stars, and some are planets. Get a good telescope. It's amazing what you will see. Well, funny thing. Let's look here at the definition of a star. Okay. Okay. Let's just do this here just to help you guys out. Let's look at the definition of a star. Let's look at the words used for a star. Okay. And then we're going to go into the word wandering star. Okay. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, because I know my internet connection could be pretty sucky. Okay, so it says here, because I'm going to get into this whole thing about the luminaries, the course of the heavenly luminaries. Okay. So it says here, star, science and formal zoology, computing, and journalism. A fixed luminous point in the sky, which is a large, remote, incandescent body like the sun. So this is what you guys really believe, that, a star could be a sun, an asteroid, and a planet all in at the same time, or a planetoid or an orb. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. So it gets into movie stars and all that there. Okay, so let's look at wandering stars, right? Let's look at wandering stars. Let's look at what a wandering star is. Wandering stars, a brief history of defining planet. What are wandering stars? Wandering stars is a term usually applied to the planets. When ancient stargazers created the original constellations thousands of years ago, they called the stars that formed those constellations fixed, because they appeared rooted in a relative position to each other. Okay. So we know that the constellations are fixed stars, right? They don't move. Okay. So we know that Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Venus, those are wandering stars. Those are the stars that move. Okay. We know we know Uranus moves, right? No pun intended. I'm sorry, but that's just the name they gave that planet. I can't help it. So anyway, wandering stars are planets. Let's look at it. Okay. Okay, wandering stars are planets. 5 planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, are well known to the ancients. However, planets move relative to the stars. For this reason, they are called wandering stars. Our word planet comes from Greek word planetes, meaning wanderer. Okay, so there you have that. So just because you say they're a planet, it doesn't mean that they're a celestial body that you can land on, which is what they're attempting to do, right? This is what they're doing with space travel and space flight and Space Force, right? Going to Mars to land on Mars. let's just get off most of this stuff here for a minute. Let's get off most of this stuff here. Let's get off this here. The Great Plains, sometimes simply the plains, is a broad expanse of flat land. Okay, that's what they say. I didn't put this on Google. This is Wikipedia.org. Okay. And if you guys want to believe the astronauts, I love that word. I really do. Astronaut. Well, let's look at here, dealing with said astronaut, Peggy Whitson. It says here, U.S. astronaut Peggy Whitson is smashing records left and right. Whitson, 57, broke the record for the most cumulative time in space by an American astronaut early Monday, streaking past the 534-day record previously held by Jeff Williams. Okay. The 879-day global record held by Russian cosmonaut Gennady Padalek or whatever still stands. Let's see the smash record that Miss Peggy Whitson broke. I find it very odd here. Very, very odd. It says here, by the time Whitson returns to Earth in September, she will have spent 666 days in space. Oh, well, coincidence. Well, let's see what's the significance of this number here. For all you Bible believers, you should know the significance of this number. And for you atheists that don't believe anything, that believe you're on a spinning ball rotating at 1,000 miles per hour, and there's no hurricane force winds, when you put water on a ball and you spin it at 1,000 miles per hour, physics will tell you that that water will fly off the ball. Sorry, that's just facts. But here, it says here, Revelations 13, verse 18. I find it very odd. Okay. And for the illiterate, and when I say illiterate, the unknowing, here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay. For you guys that don't know what 60 is, we learned this in grade school. 60. What is, you got to be very very specific here. What is 60? You got to be very specific here. 60 being 3 times 20. 60. You understand? Let him that have wisdom, here's wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Peggy Whitson spends how many days? Guys, can you count that number here? I mean, I just don't, I just find it very odd, right? Dealing with this here. Just like you have all these said measurements coming back to 666, right? Let's just do this here. Let me remove this. Let's just do this here for you lovely people that probably have little to no understanding of this whole matter. Where's the degree? Okay. Let's do some math here. Let's just look into what they're telling us. Okay, so let me just do something here, guys. I got to bring up something. Just give me a second. This is going to be very, very interesting indeed. Very interesting. A very, very, very interesting thing here. Okay. So let me add this screen back. Okay. And I want you guys to see it for yourselves. Okay. As you see here, let's do some math. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for the number of a man. NASA. Let's see what NASA tells us, right? I clearly typed this in. What is the Earth's tilt on a 90-degree angle? And they clearly tell us 23.4. Axis and rotation of selected solar system bodies. Okay. Find that very, very interesting. Now, let's remove this. Stop the screen share for that. Let's open up my calculator. And as you see, what a coinky-dink, right? What a coinky-dink. 23.4 subtract 90, you get 66.6 degrees left of that tilt. I find it very, very fascinating here. Very, very fascinating. Look at this. It's like you're all on drugs here. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. I guess we're all on drugs here. Okay. Guess we're all on drugs. I mean, you clearly see me doing research. You clearly see, let me just do this again. Let me do this again. These are not my numbers. Look who it is. Let me blow it up so you can see that nice and clear. Okay. This is NASA. This is me simply doing math. 23.4 off a 90-degree axis, 90-degree angle. There's 20.4 degrees of tilt. You subtract this and you have 66.6 left over. Okay. You subtract this, you take away that point, you clearly see the number that's there. But of course, you know, the mind control don't understand these things, right? And get this. Why is it that you see, due to, as a matter of fact, let's just do this. Let's just do this. Because, see, this is what I'm sick of. Okay. Let's just show you the difference between what you believe and what I believe. Okay. Let's see. Let's stop screen sharing this. Let's start screen sharing this. Okay. There you go. Let's go there then. Okay. This is what you believe. This complete nonsense. And I got a few questions to ask. Okay. Dealing with this. Let's pause. Let's mute this. Okay. We don't need to hear this. Okay. I have questions. Okay. Let's just look at what you guys, let's look at what we were taught, what we're told to believe here. Okay. Look at this garbage. You believe this. Okay. This is what many believe. Okay. No, that's not correct. No, we're not doing that. No, wait. We're doing this. That's what we're doing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Though you don't feel the motion, you don't feel the movement, you don't feel none of that. Oh, and by the way, how do we have the same constellations in the sky night after night? I see the same Big Dipper. I see the same woman named Virgo. But oh, I must be off drugs or something. Oh, for asking questions. Right. Look at this. Right. This is what we're doing, guys. The sun is just pushing everything along. Right. I mean, give me a break. Look at that. Look, we're swirling and twirling and moving and grooving, though we don't feel the motion. What's up with that? I mean, are you guys so mind controlled to where you can't see the obvious? Here, let's do something. Let me help you here. Let me help you. Because obviously, you know, many people need help here. I'm gonna leave this up just to show you guys how when you dig deep into the truth, you get comments like this. It's like you're all on drugs or something. I mean, give me a break. Here, let's do something for you. I see you need help. I see the mind control is too great. Right. Let's see here. Explain this to me, huh? Let me just see something real quick. Okay. I want you guys to explain this. Since we're all off drugs here. We're off drugs, right? I want you to explain this here. This said phenomena, right?
Department rates to everyone.
Shut up. Sorry, guys. Come on. Come on, guys. Let's have some fun. Let's explain this phenomena of a sunrise and a sunset, okay? Because I don't see the sun setting here in the South Pole. You know, I see it going round and round and round like the Bible says, right? I mean, come on. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me if your eyes fail to realize what is taking place here. Oh, I guess this is in a real live. Let's see. This is in a real time lapse video. The sun, the South Pole, just going around and round, right? No, this must be a computer animation, right? I mean, give me a break. And we're off drugs? No. I'm sorry. I stopped taking the pharmaceuticals a long time ago. You know, I don't take drugs anymore. If you want to know the real definition of a drug, okay, that's the definition of a drug. Your medication is a drug, and they tell you, right? Anyway, just to show you guys certain things that I've watched and observed for myself. I mean, you tell me. Does anybody have an answer for it? Can any of you scientific ball earthers explain this phenomena here of how this is going on, right? I mean, this is from the 8th to the 13th, right? Time lapse. Now you see it going down a little bit because it's going out a little bit farther, right? Beyond the horizon, right? Because last time I checked, you know, our eyes don't see that far unless you're Superman with supervision, or what is that, Bionic Man? You know, you hear that little dum sound and your vision just enhances to where you can see, you know, you can see the sun, right? To where you can see the sun is about 150 billion meters or 93 million miles away from Earth. You give me a break. But we're off drugs here because we're discussing stuff like this. Geography, geographic South Pole here, right? Oh, I guess we can't talk about anything that's true. God forbid we talk about anything that's true. God forbid. No, we got to be labeled these crazy people that wear a tinfoil hat, right? I mean, give me a break. But I don't see you guys doing any research to disprove anything. Sure, you'll go run in NASA. You'll go run people like Red's Rhetoric. You'll do all these things, right? But you cannot explain common sense things like the definition of horizontal, which is where you get your word horizon. Oh, I guess that definition changes, right? No. Let's add even further insult to injury. All right, let's bring this up, right? Add further pain here to the blatant lie that's been perpetrated on mankind that people hug dearly to. Hug so dearly to. Right? Let's get one of your gurus here telling you in so many words. But I guess he's just trolling us, right? He's just trolling us. Let's get this here. I just love this, right? Let's get this too, right? The Earth's not really a ball anymore, right? Give me a break. I'm going to show you the guys that's off drugs in a minute. I'm going to show you who's off drugs here. Oh my goodness. Let's just see here, because I want to see if Misty Morning here. Misty Morning. I really hope that Misty Morning would proclaim herself to be a Bible believer. I would hope so. Because if you're going to come over here and try and tell me I'm off drugs, you know, because I believe what my Bible says, and I'm going into it, shattering the deception and the lie that's been perpetrated over and over and over. I mean, you could believe Donald Trump's going to send a rocket to Mars all you want, but it doesn't mean it's going to be true. Okay, I beg to differ. All I'm going to see is that rocket smacking into the firmament. That's all that's going to happen. Just like all the other rockets arc over the firmament. Look at this. Let's screen share this for you guys. If you need some help, I'll help you. Come out of this lie here. Let's just get this right. Yeah, silly boy. Silly boy. Here's the silly boy. Let's just do this. I got to go all the way to the part where he, you know, mocks you ball earthers for believing his lie. Okay, let's get this. This is grand here. Let's get the famous words of cosmologist or, you know, cosmopolitan, Mr. Neil deGreaseball Tyson. Yes, I call him deGreaseball. Yes, I do. It's my favorite nickname for him, deGreaseball. It's really DeGrasse, but deGrease. Yes, I have it muted for a minute. Blah, blah, blah. He gets into this. He rants on and rants on about all this garbage, all this conspirator nonsense about a fake ball or, you know, floating in irrational space here. Let me see. Did I bypass it? No, it's up here. Here we go. Here it is. Here's the grand moment. This is where I take it off mute so you guys can hear it for yourselves.
Now I had to.
Okay, let's hear this in full screen.
The ice cap is melted completely, apparently, from the north.
Now,
because they got, these are okay here. So if you melt the north ice cap, all that ice is floating, so you don't raise the water levels on the earth.
Listen to the idiot here. Listen to the man that's off drugs here. He looks like he's off drugs. Just look at his face.
If put there. And it's also true for Earth's surface. If I drop you butt naked in 70% of Earth's surface, you're dead some minutes later.
I mean, the weird things this guy says here. But I'm trying to get to the point in question here. Here it is, right here. Here it is, right here. Look at this lady. It looks like she's just not enjoying this whole thing about Neil deGrasse. This is the guy who's on drugs, okay?
Commercialization of space exploration.
Once my internet is working properly again. Don't worry, I have more, spreading his nonsense of a shambled ball.
That's 17 questions
I
right
know,
there. Okay.
I
All
know,
right.
but I just,
So-
I was like, I
So
know,
just a
but
couple
you're
of things
so
since,
smart.
since I'm holding Earth here. One reason why we should go into space is because the dinosaurs would have if they could have. 65 million
We know the dinosaurs could have went to space, right? Come on.
years ago, right here, the Yucatan Peninsula.
I'm going to mute.
Oh, yes.
A rock the size
never
of
mind.
Mount Everest slammed into Earth. And it changed the climate of the world, rendering 70% of all species extinct. The dinosaurs are just the ones with the biggest teeth that we remember most. But that was a bad day on Earth. And so, and the dinosaurs don't have opposable thumbs. They didn't have a space program. And so I'm thinking if they did, they would have deflected that asteroid. And every now and then in my Twitter stream, I just imagine a conversation with an alien. So I so want to meet the aliens. And I say, I don't want to be the laughing stock among the galaxy's aliens. To be a species intelligent enough to have a space program, to have actually gone into space, yet to go extinct because an asteroid came and we couldn't mobilize and figure out how to deflect it. We'd be the laughing stock of species in the galaxy. Extinct humans. We'd be in they'd have human bones, on display in their museums. Here they are not building their next spaceship, right? Here they are.
So.
Get me started. You get me started on that? All right, so.
Here it is. Sorry about that. I went far past it. Far past the, thing this man said here. So you guys excuse me for that.
Are they coming up here? Where do they?
Yep, you will direct them.
That camera's like from 1885. Where'd you get that camera? Hold up that camera. I've seen that in museums. No, that's actually a digital update, but it keeps the old. Hello, I'm Neil.
Yes.
Hello, hi.
I'm Isaac.
Isaac, hello. Hello.
Do you want to hold the Earth? I'm
happy to.
terrified that I'm going to hold it the wrong way. Now I had to.
Yeah, because you might do a pole shift, right, if you hold
Ice
the
cap
wrong
is
way.
melted completely, apparently, from the north.
Here it is, right here.
Versus completely empty, and you'd be dead within seconds if put there. And it's also true for Earth's surface. If I drop you butt naked in 70% of Earth's surface, you're dead some minutes later. You'd freeze, you'd be eaten, you'd have 30-6 if I drop you butt naked. So most of Earth's surface is hostile, and we create these environments so that we are comfortable to shield us from all the ways Earth wants to kill us.
Can you illustrate where, in this dynamic, let's pretend that you were, where is my moon? My moon went that way.
Yeah, toss it.
Anyway, the moon is still over there.
Oh, here it is, right here. Yeah.
I have
Look, playing with beach balls. That's the best representation you're going to get of the Earth. A beach ball.
So if the moon is approximately 50 feet, I think, 30 to 50 feet from here, this would be, to this scale, a mile away. Show us where the International Space Station is, etc.
Oh, okay. So if the Earth were actually this size,
If it were that
International
size
Space
and shape,
Station would be orbiting about a half an inch above the surface.
half an inch above the Earth.
And that dude who jumped out of a perfectly good balloon, what's his name? Felix Baumgartner. He would have been about 2 millimeters above the surface of this globe.
2
That's
millimeters.
his edge of space jump.
Listen to what he says.
I don't. It's he wants to. I don't have a problem if he does it. The honesty of it will greatly diminish what I think people thought he was actually doing. And not only that, they made sure to photograph him standing there with a really wide-angle lens, which curves horizontal lines. So in the photo, you see this curvature of Earth's surface, and he said, "Wow, he's in space. Look at that." No, he's not. At that height, you don't see the curvature of the Earth if you are 2 millimeters above this beach ball. You just don't. That stuff is flat.
Very interesting, right? And then you get to this nonsense here. But we're off drugs. So since you go along with what science says, go along with what Neil deGrasse Ball Tyson here is telling people, that the Earth is no longer the shape of a ball. No, it's stretched out and it became oblate. But wait a minute.
So you spin, when you spin pizza dough, it kind of flattens out. It's wider in the middle. So Earth, throughout its life, even when it formed, it was spinning. And it got a little wider at the equator than it does. So it's not actually a sphere. It's oblate.
Okay, it's not a sphere anymore, guys. It's not a ball anymore. It's an oblate spheroid, whatever that is.
It's oblate spheroid. That's what we call it. But not only that. Let's put another line on top of that. That's why he had to put his hand up to his head. Think about it. It's slightly wider below the equator than above the equator. A little chubbier. Yeah, chubby's a good word. It's like pear-shaped. Oh, now the Earth's pear-shaped. Can change 3 different shapes. I guess we're living on a shape-shifting Earth, don't we? If indeed it is a ball, right? Let's just get a picturesque view of a pear-shaped Earth. And tell me, is this what NASA presents to us daily? Is this what we're really seeing? I mean, he said it's chubbier at the bottom of the equator than at the top. He said it's kind of pear-shaped. Here's a direct quote. Neil deGrasse Ball Tyson says the Earth is a perfectly spherical. Okay, let's get this. In a show, Neil deGrasse Tyson explained that the Earth is perfectly spherical, but Earth's surface is farther away from the center, near the equator, than toward the poles, and rather far from the center of the southern parts of the northern parts of the Earth. Neil deGrasse Tyson used the analogy pear-shaped to explain the fact. Okay. And it says here, flat earthers want to ridicule it and all like that. And it says debunking flat earth misconceptions. Again, what are they debunking? What is it? Are they debunking that the Earth is indeed a globe? Or that it's flat? I mean, come on. So, it turns out the pear-shapedness. Now you sound like a little child. The pear-shapedness. Come on. You got to be kidding me. Is bigger than the height of Mount Everest above sea level. Yeah. It's bigger than the height of Mount Everest, though we don't see it, right? But hey, I'm off drugs. I'm hallucinating that I'm seeing with my own 2 eyes wherever I go. A horizon.
oops, they're going to show the company, which I didn't know there was a company named Horizon. Right. But anyway, Horizon, the line, clearly stated, clearly understood. Unless you don't know what a line is, let me do that definition for you as well. I mean, because this gets really redundant at times, right? When you got these people that come in and they claim that, you know, that they know what they're talking about here. Let's look at the line definition here. Let's look at a line, okay? A narrow mark or band, dash, bar, score, rule. A length of cord or rope or wire or other material serving a particular purpose, blah, blah, blah. Let's just look here. So you see here. Limit, border, narrow range of spectrum, you know, all this stuff. There are horizontal lines forming a staff of musical notation. Horizontal lines, horizontal, horizon, horizontal, vertical. You know, these words they use, okay? I mean, if you're going to believe anything, just believe what the earth changed into, a pear shape, okay? That's what it is now. I mean, the earth evolved into being pear-shaped. That's clearly what, yeah, and then, you know, but hey, you know, according to Misty Morning, we're off drugs or something. I'm just sorry. I just can't. You know, even NASA says that they, you know, painted the image, you know, of the earth, you know. Let's just go through the comments. Let's see what nice little comments we got during this video while I'm showing oh, my mom asked a very interesting question. How do they put satellites up there? How do you know? How do you think? Well, that's just one of the many things here, you know, that many people don't research. Okay. So my mom makes a very good point of doing that research. As a matter of fact, let's just do something here. Just see something. There is no there is no secret here that they tell us. Okay. This is what connects the world, okay, to what connects everything here. Okay. Everybody believes, oh, satellites in space are, you know, connecting everything, right? So it says here, fiber optic cables. Underground cable placement is characterized by pulling or blowing cables into underground conduit systems with conduit access to manholes or handholds. Standard size fiber optic cables. So let's see here. You know, this deals with installation of fiber optic cables underground. They also have underwater fiber optic cables. Let's see here. Let's just put connect the world here. So let's do this here. Let's look at here, submarine map. Undersea floor, undersea fiber optic, connect the world today and tomorrow. And this is what the World Wide Web runs off. So it's not satellites. Okay. And if they needed satellites in space, why would they have ground-based satellites pointing up to space? Okay. It doesn't make sense. You tell me if you could see an actual satellite just floating around. There's probably like millions of satellites floating in space at this very hour. So tell me if you see it. Sorry, let me see. Let me check. Let me check on something here. Because I know YouTube loves to suppress the truth as much as they can. So let's see here. Look at that. 9 thumbs down already. Well, who cares? I don't really care about the thumbs down. You're still going to help me in the algorithms, right? When, yeah. I mean, you came here, obviously, you wanted to know something or else you wouldn't have came. Okay, so OSA, what is the role of submarine fiber optics? And Neil Bergano, undersea fiber optic cables enable a connected world, and make the World Wide Web. We may think of the internet as an abstract thing, but the internet is built on a physical layer of fiber optics and high-speed integrated circuits. Okay, so that's what our web system runs off. It doesn't run off satellites. Okay, and you go through this whole thing here and do this study. So for the remainder of my time here, as you see, let's go back here. Look at this. Fiber optic cables underwater connecting the world, right? Showing you diagrams here. So let's go here. Let's go back to flight radar 24. Okay. Okay, let's just do that. Let's see if any of these planes here in the course of, let's see, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. Okay. Sorry if I'm breaking up, guys. Let me, I had to open YouTube real quick. I wanted to see how many thumbs down I got. Usually videos like this tend to get lots of thumbs down because once again, no one likes being told they've been lied to all their lives. Okay. So let's see here. And notice this never affects the northern hemisphere. Right. And I'm going to show you why, okay? Because when dealing with this, right, common sense tells you this is why here, okay? This is what we're actually, living on right here, all right? This is it. Nothing more, nothing less. And if that's impossible for many to believe here, let's go here. Then why does the United Nations have said map for their logo? Many are going to say, oh, because, that's how they depict the Earth from space. No, it ain't. I'm telling you. Okay. This is why. Right. But we're the crazy people. Right. We're the crazy people for believing what our eyes actually see. As you see, similar here to over here, here to here, here to here, okay, or here. Basically, same thing here, right? So when you're looking at this flight radar map, say they don't fly this way for a reason, because, again, on the flat Earth map, they would have to go like this. Like, say, for instance, the United States here, right? I stay over here in California on this end right here, okay? Every time I see airplanes flying, they always go up this way, right? They always go this way. Every plane, as I'm going to show you here on flightradar.com or flight radar, right? Let's just go over to said area of the United States that I'm mentioning here. Okay, if China is going over here, right? I mean, look at these airplanes, right? From California, right where I'm at, they all go this way. Okay, they all go up this way. Just look at them. They're all going up this way to travel to China, right? And you see how on this flight, let's just zoom out here. Look over here, right? Let's look in the North Pacific, right? So again, on a flat Earth map, it doesn't affect that. Because see, from here, I could fly to China going straight up, right? Going straight from here, going there, right? So that this, just because they show you this doesn't mean that they're actually going over the Pacific, right? They're just flying along this ridge line here that goes straight across on a flat Earth map. As you see, right? They have to make stops. So they have to stay near the land, as you see here, right? This will be China and stuff over here, right? As you see here, right? Makes perfect sense when you look, okay? It doesn't affect the northern hemisphere, but for some odd reason here, when you get to the southern hemisphere, you see Hawaii, right? And let's go down here. New Zealand, right? Why is it that New Zealand only has planes going over here, right? Going this way all the time, back and forth. right? Going back and forth over here. Why New Zealand, when they want to go, say, to America, they don't just fly, like go from here, fly to Hawaii, and from there to the United States, or to this point, or actually this island here, these airports here, and then go over here to Hawaii, and then come or over to that airport and then come across. Why they don't take that path? Why they go all the way from New Zealand, all the way through Australia, all the way up here, all the way through here to Yemen and all, through the Middle East, just to get all the way to New York? Well, because on this map here, this is New Zealand. Of course, they're not going to take this long route across to, get to the U.S. where there's no airports here. Okay. What makes sense, they go over here and go over and come over. Okay. Makes sense if you want to get to the United States from, say, New Zealand. Got to go here, over, and there. Make a transfer, basically. You don't stay on the same plane and come from New Zealand, go, say, to Australia. They would have flights from Australia going over here, and from here, transfer here and go over here. Okay. That's how it works. But again, the deception of a ball hinders you from coming out of that and actually looking at the obvious facts. And we'll sit here and look all day and tell me, why doesn't a plane go from Brazil and just go straight across over here? Okay. Why? You'll just see planes popping up over here. Like, let's see. Let's find a plane that's going to, say, Botswana, right? Let's just find a plane from Brazil going to Botswana here. It'll show you where it's going as well. Okay, as you see here, tells you on the side, Rio de Janeiro. And then it gives you a destination here. I want to see if I can find one going to Botswana. See, shows you the flight paths and all. Look at that. Let's just do something. Since it's showing us flight paths, let's just do this then. Let's go on over here and check out this flight path here. Let's see where this plane is coming from. Right. See if we can find a plane coming from somewhere. Okay, let's look at the flight path this thing took. See this flight path here? This is this line here. This is the flight path it took. Okay. You see it's going and going, turning and all, right? If it's really a ball, why isn't it not flying straight? Okay, so it came from there. Okay, so you could find out where these planes are coming from. I'm trying to find one that I could find coming from, say, going from Australia on over somewhere to the United States. Because as you see here, I believe this is New Zealand over here, and this is Australia here. Okay. So from Australia, they don't go, say, from this point over here like that. They'll go over here and then over there. Okay. Makes sense. Look at this again. Okay. So let's find Australia and look at the flight path of said plane going, say, from Australia to America. See if we can find one. Pretty sure we're going to find one, right? That's going to Sydney. That's going to Peru. Oh, look, it even show you helicopters. Huh? Singapore. So, you get the point. I don't see any planes, it's coming from Sydney. Okay. Again, I don't see any planes going this way. They all going up, coming up that ridge. See, you don't see Madagascar, right? As you see here. See? Don't go over. They just go up and then they come back down. What's the point of that? If they could just fly straight across, right? Right here. Right? Let's look at this one. Let's see if this one flew straight across the ocean as it's coming into land. Let's see. Well, I guess from there to there, it would be possible, right? But again, let's see this one coming in, right? Let's look at this flight path here, see where it's coming from. United Arab Emirates, right? That's where that's coming from. Okay, so basically more planes go up and come back down. Let's see here. And then one thing to remember, the way they're getting away with this is, once again, all this is that right there, right? Just in the form of a ball, right? When we zoom out, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about, right? Like, look. And then you see these weird break off lines right here. Like, what is this? What is this line here? And as I state, let's look at this line here. Let's say New Zealand, right? Nothing ever goes across the South Pacific Ocean. Nothing. Okay, that's the thing I'm talking about here. I mean, it would make sense if a plane that flew over the South Pacific Ocean. But once again, this is the South Pacific Ocean here. This is the Pacific Ocean right here. All that. because this is California. This is California. This is United States. Okay. And this is another thing too. You all hear in the news about Russia and the United States building bases on Alaska. I mean, not Alaska, but the North Pole, right? The Arctic, right? Russia and stuff is right here. United States is right here. So it's not pretty hard for them to lob a missile over here. And they'll tell you, oh, it's an intercontinental ballistic missile. No, it's not, because they're not really that far away for them to build some base right here and lob missiles back and forth to each nation. Okay. They're not that far away. Okay. They want you to believe that, though. As you see, this is going to Dubai. So, again, you know, pretty much, yeah, I know. Not too many people are traveling, but, you know, you still got some traveling back and forth through some of these nations. And again, it comes into question, why does nothing ever go over the South Pacific Ocean? Well, because everything's completely far away when you look at that flat earth map. You know, when you look at the globe, they always say that, you know, oh, you know, everything's so close, you know, across, they fly straight across the Pacific Ocean. No, they don't. They fly along that ridge line so they can stay near airports when they need to go refuel or drop off passengers at a, you know, transfer station, or people are going to that said location, because not everybody on that one plane is going directly to one spot. Okay, many people are going to many different places when they jump on said planes. But, you know, that's just, you know, that's just the website you guys go check out. I mean, you know, view it for hours and hours and hours and hours, and you'll never see a plane going over that area. Because, again, it doesn't make sense why they would go from New Zealand all the way to California without making those transfers, right? Come on now. But again, you know, that's why this subject is pretty touchy, because no one wants to believe that their government has completely lied to them all their life, and that everything they know they gotta toss out and start all over. You know, like I said, I was there at that point. I didn't just, you know, I went through the same schooling everybody else went through, and then I woke up. You know, I understand, you know, observing. You know, I thought scientific experimentation had to deal with observation, right? Since when did it have to deal with, oh, I'll just watch somebody else throw out a bunch of numbers and just bank off the fact that they got it right? No, I'm not that silly to be closed-minded when new evidence is presented before me. And if it is true, you know, I'm going to believe what's true. I'm not just going to believe anything I see. But as I showed many evidence here, but the only thing that they can run to is NASA, or what they learned in their textbook, or some guy that, you know, oh, I'm just going to disprove a flat earther, which they're not really disproving anything, period, because the truth stands alone, right? So with that said, you know, I hope many do their research, you know, go check out that Flight Radar 24 and look for hours and hours, and you tell me if you see a plane flying over those areas I mentioned. So for you guys that want to know the truth or whatever, you know, I hope you guys do the research. Look in your Bible, read your Bible, study it, you know, and come to the clear understanding that, you know, we are told that there are going to be many deceptions in the end times. So, you know, truth is truth and the lie is a lie. I don't care how much money they pay, get paid for it, or how long they teach it. Still a lie, okay? And it's a lie that I came out of a long time ago, and I'm glad, because when this alien deception comes, these are the same people that's going to accept the Antichrist when he comes to the scene, and it's going to be, you know, one of these aliens or fallen angels mainly, Satan in the flesh, right? So keep that in mind as they are ramping up this whole UFO disclosure coming up. So with that said, in this, been on here for almost 2 hours, 30 minutes. Hope many people get something out of this and just actually go do the research instead of being a closed-minded, ignorant buffoon who just banks on other people's research. And I'm not calling you guys in the chat anything like that. I'm talking about the closed-minded, people that, think they got it all figured out and think it's just so easy to just down people, for what they find to be true. So with that said, shalom, everybody. Hope you have a wonderful night, and hope I brought some truth to anybody out in YouTube land.